These are the details for our fall campout. First, we're following the standard COVID safety protocols. Before the campout, make sure you turn in your Scout medical release form. Also, there's a new COVID questionnaire that we're sending to folks, and that needs to be turned in as well. At the campout, kids and adults should wear masks except when inside your family tent. Additionally, we're going to provide sanitizer at all picnic tables. We recommend using this frequently. The weather forecast looks fantastic. It's actually gotten better over time. So it's not going to get as hot, and it really doesn't get very cold even at night. So this should be delightful. So it's at the Santa Clara County Police Officers Association campground. It's a 25-minute drive from Laurelwood Elementary. There's no cell signal. Once you get closer to the campground, your GPS may not work. We will post signs. Look for the PAC 419 signs on the way up. Driving to the campground is potentially a little challenging. The road to the campground is a one-way gravel road with no turnouts. Friday and Saturday, there's going to be a number of cars coming up. Something to also consider is that Saturday night and Sunday morning, cars will be coming down. What this means is if you're going against the flow of traffic here, you're going to have a car that requires somebody backing up. There's not a lot of turnouts, and so the general rule is the driver that is facing downhill must yield and back up the mountain to find a spot where the two cars can cross. Also, when you arrive at the campground, don't block the road while you're unloading. This can end up becoming a bit of a traffic nightmare if you block the road and there's 6 other cars waiting to get to a campsite, so you want to be very cautious about this. Also, when you do find where you're going to park, we recommend backing into parking. And the reason for that is that if you need to leave, if your kid isn't sleeping well and you want to end up packing up and going home early, it's far easier to end up driving out than to try and back around and turn up after dark because there's no light. Also, if you plan on staying the entire time, coordinate having your car blocked in by somebody you know. There's a limited amount of parking, and so we'd really appreciate if you could coordinate this so that nobody ends up getting trapped and having to look around to say, who owns the blue Subaru? There is poison oak. So this is what poison oak looks like during most of the year. Since this is nearing the fall, it might end up looking red. So either a glossy 3-leaf plant, or if it looks like a red and yellow 3-leaf plant, might look interesting, but don't touch it. So the dinner potluck side dish, people are requested to bring a side dish. This is not required, but if you'd like to, it would help add to the dinner. We can't provide refrigeration or heating for these side dishes. So if you bring them at 9 a.m. on Saturday, you need a cooler to keep them in a correct temperature or some way of heating that doesn't involve open flame. Also, your dish ought to have the name and ingredients listed on a 3x5 card. That way, for folks with allergies or food preferences, they can end up making a choice easily. During COVID, it's preferred, though, is if you could have these items separately packaged. That way, people can just grab an item and go, and there's no shared utensils. Additional notes, we're going to be enlisting some parents to help with additional tasks to help make the camp run smoothly. Also, when it gets dark, it tends to get dark very quickly. So it goes from twilight to almost pitch black very rapidly, so keep your kids with you. Make sure kids have flashlights. Bug spray is going to be important. We recommend everyone have bug spray. The pack does have some additional bug spray available to share, but really we figure if you have your own bug spray, you can apply it liberally. It's not going to be too much direct sunlight, but we still do recommend sunscreen. And there's no alcohol or tobacco for Cub Scout activities. Also, due to the fire season situation, there's no open flames. Something else that's been a problem in the past is kids can get walking sticks just fine, but this shouldn't devolve into sword fighting. People end up getting injured or hurt based on kids attempting to do sword fighting, and it's not right. And last thing is arrive no earlier than 5 p.m. on Friday. So that's it. We hope to see you there and have fun.